We're good. Hey, everybody. We're live here at the MAPLD FanFest, day 2. With me, I have Miss Kalea from the Youth Services Department from our library, and we have Mr. Jack, who also helped us during the spring, summer months, during when everything was closed down. He gave us some art classes too, Miss Kalea. So we have him here, and they're both gonna do some live art for everybody. So yeah, go ahead and ask some questions. I'll be going back and forth between their screens to show you the process. So right now we have up is Kalea's artwork. It's her D&D character that she has, and of course we had to pick this one because it has library books. And on Jack's side, he doesn't know what he's drawing yet. There you go, blank.
I'm trying to get to the screen. Did it start already?
Oh, you want me to pin it for you? I'll pin it. Go ahead. You can start drawing. I'll tell you when it's up there.
Okay.
I'll let you guys know when it's pinned. All right, it's pinned to the top of the FanFest page. In case anybody that is watching wants to share it.
All right, I'm just gonna share it real quick and then I'll get back to drawing.
Sure. Look at us networking. So as you can see, today we have both digital drawers going to use their techie stuff. Yesterday we had Eric Wolfgang. He was using crayons to color his artwork, and it was just really interesting to watch. You guys can also watch that later on. After this stream, we have it in our video section. So if you're on the FanFest page and you go to videos at the top or at the side, you can go back and rewatch some of the panels and discussions that we had from yesterday's stream. Have you figured out what you're going to be drawing?
I'm starting off with like a horse kind of thing right now. And a rider.
You're so indecisive.
Okay. Let me check my own personal.
Oh, okay. I see it.
And from there, I'm going to figure out where it's going to go.
Cool.
But I'm thinking maybe an archer, since I've been playing Ghost of Tsushima.
Okay, I'm sharing.
Yay.
All right. Oh, is this on YouTube as well, or just Facebook?
Just Facebook for right now. All the live streams that we had yesterday and today will be uploaded by next week. So it will be on YouTube.
Okay. I just had a friend ask me, he needs to watch my stream thing. He just asked me through Discord.
No, tell him I can't do Discord.
Okay.
It's too much. Just tell him to send him the link and tell him to click on it. He can still watch it even if he's not logged into Facebook. He just can't like or share or any of that stuff. So some questions. We'll go through some of the questions kind of like we did last time. Do you have a specific character that you guys like to draw? Or a type of character? You know, like sometimes people are like, ooh, I like drawing, monsters, monsters with horns or reptilian creatures. Everybody has kind of like a little niche that they kind of fall into sometimes when they're creating.
For me, I think it's fantasy. I like drawing a lot of fantasy, like creating creatures and being inspired by stories, folklore and fantasy world.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think for me, I would say fantasy.
Fantasy. Kalea?
I'm the same, fantasy, because I like drawing. Sorry.
It's fine.
Yeah, I just like drawing like non-human characters. So for me, it usually is female, but that's because I'm used to drawing females. I've been trying to get into drawing male characters.
Hmm.
Still practicing, it's a bit hard, but I'm trying to get through it.
That's good though. Sometimes people shy away from different types of, challenges and things like that. We were just talking about how hands are hard to draw.
They are.
Hands and
Like
feet.
this took me an hour to draw because I didn't know how to draw the hand.
Let me switch it over to you so you can see it. There's the hands that Kalea is talking about. There you
Yes.
go. It'll pop up right now. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, but that open palm looks really nice though.
Thank you.
I like her staff too. Just noticed that.
Thank you.
Always got to add a little dragon somewhere.
Yes, she's a dragonborn.
Of course. Oh, I just noticed the little scales on her face too. It's cute. Alright, let's go back to see. Oh my god, I switched back to your screen, Jack, and I just saw his eye.
He's a happy deer.
I don't know, the expression's hilarious though. He just looks like, yeah. Oh, did we lose Kalea? I think we might have lost Kalea. That's okay, she'll come back. Let me put this on.
I don't know, the pressure's on me now.
Yep, pressure is all on you.
I should have prepared better.
So it's okay. This is
Well, I figured it'll be fun just to draw something on the spot. I have no preparation for it,
yeah.
so that's why I didn't really. I know last time I had a big old drawing. This way, it keeps me to the time limit that we have instead of getting something huge that I can't control by the end of the stream.
Yeah. Okay, now he looks less crazy now.
Yeah.
He was looking a little wonky. He was like, yeah. A little bit too much sugar in the Kool-Aid. Yeah.
No, I mean he's still supposed to have that.
Happiness and that doughy look.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But we're live, so I mean, of course we're gonna have technical difficulties. That's what happens, but we're making the best of the situation. That is the smallest hand.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you like about the Ghost of game that you're playing? What is it called?
Well, what I like from it is just the amount of time that they spent on it. They created some really good environments. I like I know it's not really based on any historical facts. I think it might be loosely based on stuff, and I know that that's where people were kind of upset.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we're having a lot of real world, and we need some fantasy. So I like that they did some homage to some classic samurai films in it.
Mm-hmm.
When I'm playing it, I'm like, oh, this character reminds me of so and so. A lot of it comes from Akira, the Akira films.
Yeah.
He's a master of samurai. But yeah, no, I'm enjoying it. Same thing with Last of Us. I enjoyed it, and I know it still gets a lot of hate.
Yeah, it does. It had a lot. It wasn't as dynamic. Like I know, maybe it's because we were expecting that. You remember how like there was just certain scenes that were really dynamic, and the colors and the cinematography was really great. But this one had the same thing. I think I like the underwater when they found the shed aquarium type thing. The aquarium was really nice that they found, and just the color palettes they chose too.
Yeah. I think what they did in this one is they gave you a story that was more character based. We fell in love with the characters in the first one, but it was because of the struggles they were going through. And this one, we got to see the damage that war does to the psyche.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, Art. It says our backgrounds are cool.
Oh, thank you.
Well, his is animated because he had to be extra special. So.
No, well, I did it for a school project, and I'm like, hey, this could be used for my portfolio now.
Is he eating a piece of bread?
Yeah.
The frolic of his like left back, the left front leg. That's funny. He's like, yeah. Kind of looks like our dog, frolicking.
I mean, that's like at the eye. That's it.
Let's talk about some Studio Ghibli. While we wait to see if Kalea can get back on. So, which one of his amazing catalogs of movies is your favorite?
I always go back to Princess Mononoke because that was the first one that introduced me to Ghibli. But I know that there are other films that are better when it comes to like the way his storytelling evolves and all that stuff. Yeah, I always go back to that just for the nostalgia feeling. But if I have to choose, probably Spirited Away, I would say is one of his all-time best films.
Yeah, that's an amazing one. That's probably maybe, I think my top 3 would be that one, Totoro, and Howl's Moving Castle. But I think I think that was number 1 for me based on just the music alone. I love the musical score.
Yeah, I like the whole storyline. I mean, I'm doing that Brujas thing, which is based on witches and all that stuff, and Howl's Moving Castle is a huge inspiration for some of the stuff that I'm doing on that story.
But yeah, like the interesting, if you guys haven't seen it out there, there is a documentary piece on Miyazaki and his creative process and how he goes through different frames and watercolor work and just how it is to work with a guy. Yeah, he's really demanding, but I mean, you can kind of tell through his product, he has a certain standard he likes to keep in his movies. But yeah, he has stretching exercises for all of his artists. They get up at certain times of the day, they get up and stretch, and you know, there's just cute little things around the office to have like Totoro and him, you know, just like little things to make the office area really cool to work in for that guy. So I really enjoy his movies, and I enjoyed the fact that Disney actually had a really good cast of voiceover actors too when they did the translated versions of it, like, you know, Christian Bale, Dakota Fanning, things like that.
Yeah, Disney put in a lot of work in showing that the Ghibli films were not just a cartoon; they were a film, and that's how they went about casting for the dubbed Disney versions.
Yeah, definitely.
So I give them props for that.
Let's talk about old cartoons. Do you have any inspiration from any other Japanese cartoons when you were growing up?
I remember watching Rama 1.5. That was the first anime I watched. It's not the best anime. It's about a guy who, if he gets wet, transforms into a girl. It's really funny, but it doesn't hold up.
It doesn't hold up over time.
I tried rewatching it again, and I was like, what was it that I liked about this again?
How about Astro Boy? You usually bring that one up a lot too.
Yeah, Astro Boy was one that I remember late at night I would stay up for, and certain people would make fun out of me for watching it. But yeah, Astro Boy was one of them. Akira, Ghost in the Shell, the Bone Studios, Cowboy Bebop, Samurai Champloo. I mean, Dragon Ball Z is a classic that got most people into anime.
Yeah, I love Cowboy Bebop. You're the one that got me into that one. That one's actually probably one of my favorite animated movies. Definitely a lot of great motion that they have in there, like just action shots and things like that. They even did one of those short films for the Animatrix, right? The guys behind
Yeah,
Bones, yeah. A lot
yeah,
of
those
people didn't
people.
like that, but I thought the Animatrix actually added on to it. So
I think it's the same thing that happened with Last of Us. Going back to that, you like something, you become a fan of it, but then you want it to be the way that you want it to be.
yeah,
And if it's not that way, then you don't like it anymore. And sometimes we gotta go along for the ride. Let them tell the story, and then. But
yeah,
yeah,
definitely.
I think we're spoiled when it comes to that. We want things to go our way.
We're spoiled when it comes. Yeah, it's true though. Very, very true. Then we get extra movies, and then we're like, oh, they should have stopped at one.
Yeah. Well, that's when these studios just get greedy and they get rid of the original cast and creators and directors that made it become a success to begin with, like Hellboy.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh no, you know what? We don't really need Guillermo del Toro. We're just gonna get rid of him, and this is gonna be a success. And then all of a sudden, it's like, oh, I wonder why it failed.
You didn't have a key factor.
Yeah.
So you brought up Guillermo
But,
del Toro. So he's he one of your bigger influences?
oh yeah, Guillermo del Toro is probably the one guy that I would love to meet and have a conversation with. But probably too scared to actually ever really talk to him if I was ever in the same room. I love just the way he tells stories. Uh, for me, it's always about telling stories. I've always made up stories and done a bunch of stuff with just creating worlds and characters since I was a little kid. And just the way he does it, the way he brings in horror. I mean, being Latino, our parents always used horror to kind of force us into obedience. I think that's cross cultures, though.
Yeah.
I think,
Don't do this, or something else is gonna happen.
yeah, like listen to your parents, or Baba Yaga's gonna take you, and like so. It's. I guess it's just the human nature. We use fear to get the kids to obey.
Well, I
But
had a friend
yeah,
on the internet who was talking about Jordan Peele was saying like Candyman is a larger known urban legend, that they used to use, to scare kids. And I'm like, I don't know about Candyman, you know what I mean? But like, there's always different things that people say,
yeah,
like La Llorona, for Hispanic culture.
yeah. I mean, I would say Kukui Boogeyman is bigger than Candyman and La Llorona, really.
Yeah, the boogeyman
Um,
period. Yeah, because that crosses over because that would be like the Baba
yeah,
Yaga too. That's the boogeyman.
yeah. It's just this. It's like the Krampus too. It's this thing that comes in and punishes kids that misbehave. You know, because the Kukui will only come for kids that are not obeying their parents. He'll scratch their feet and mark them, and if they continue to misbehave, then he takes them. And that's the same thing, like with most of the boogeyman stories.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Kukui, same thing. It's just don't listen to your mom. The Kukui's gonna get you.
Yeah.
You're like, oh God, no. But hey, you told me a really cool story about the guy that did Book of Life with Guillermo del Toro. It was him, right? The guy that was the animator.
Javier, yeah, Javier Gutierrez, I believe his name is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell about this story about how he met Guillermo del Toro, because a lot of people are out there and they're always scared to pitch themselves to things, and they're scared of like the worst case scenario. And his story about meeting Guillermo del Toro is like the one thing you would not want to ever happen. When one,
Yeah.
you meet your idol, and two, you're trying to make an animated movie. So the Book of Life, if you guys haven't seen it, it's kind of like the Day of the Dead story too. It's kind of like it's similar to Coco, except that different production companies, and it had to do with more of a love story in the Book of Life. And Coco had to do with just family and remembering, you're the ones who passed and things like that. But the premise was similar. But the guy that made the Book of Life was told by the company that no one wanted to watch a story about somebody's heritage and things like that. Clearly, they were
Well,
wrong.
the actual quote was from Sony. Sony said nobody wants to see a movie about a Mexican.
Yeah.
They're like, we love the concept. So for the people who haven't seen the Book of Life, it's about this bullfighter that's in love with a girl. There's also his friend is also in love with the same girl. So then he ends up going into the world of the dead to try to save her,
Mm-hmm.
But so what Sony told him at that time was, we love this idea, but instead of making him Mexican, can we make it based in New York? Also, I don't think we should have the dead world, and it shouldn't be Mexican because nobody wants to see a movie about Mexicans.
Yeah. So basically, he stripped away the whole movie.
Yeah, he's like, but that's the whole movie. So yeah, he decided not to do it with Sony. Then it got picked up by another company too, and then they decided, you know what, it's not gonna work. Nobody really wants, because this is the time before Coco. There was not a lot of Mexican culture being shown in Hollywood.
Yeah.
So yeah, they also ended up saying the same thing, like, you know what, we like the story, we like the art, but I don't think that there's going to be people that want to see the story about Mexican culture. So then finally, a small studio, which is the studio that ended up making it, picked it up. They didn't have a lot of money. So they're like, so we need you to pitch to a producer so that somebody could help produce the film. And he right away said, well, there's only one guy that I want to be my producer, and that's Guillermo del Toro. So he reached out to Guillermo del Toro a couple of times, and Guillermo del Toro kept on saying no, but in his mind, he was like, this movie, the only way this movie's going to get made is if we have Guillermo del Toro backing it up. Because at this time, Guillermo del Toro was already becoming better known, one of the better known Mexican directors in America. So he did it one more time. Guillermo del Toro said, you know what, I guess you need to hear this in person, so why don't you come to my house? For all of you guys that know, his house is the Hull House in LA, where he has all these props. And he's like, and you got 30 minutes. So Javier started doing this whole preparing for it, doing the pitch, got all the art, got everything. Goes over, and then he's like, all right, I'm ready to present it. And Guillermo's like, all right, go ahead and present it. He's like, and this is outside of his house. And Guillermo's like, yeah, it's hot, it's LA, it's hot, it's outside. And Guillermo's like, no, present it right here. So he's like, damn it. So then he starts, sorry, I don't know if that's an allowed word there.
That's fine.
But yeah, so right when he starts talking, Mexican landscapers, his own people, start cutting the grass. And he said something really funny when he was talking about the story, because this was from the Wacom seminar that he did. So look it up if you guys have the time. It's a really awesome story. He said that they started blowing leaves, and Guillermo like, can we stop? Can we stop till they're done? And Guillermo's like, no, you got 15 minutes now. So he's like, oh man. So then he does what he says is the worst pitch of his life. He explains the movie the worst way possible, and then Guillermo's like, well, I'm gonna be honest with you, that was possibly the worst movie I've ever heard. Can I just see a script, because I think you just told me you just botched that whole thing right now. So he's like, yes, I do, I have a script in my car. So he runs back to his car. Mind you, both Guillermo and Javier are on the heavier side. So he runs back to his car, he's sweating, opens up his car. He realizes that they were at a wedding the night before, and they gave them out tequilas, because that's what Mexicans do when you go to the weddings, you get little tequilas. And it had broken all over the script.
It's like the worst thing ever.
Yeah, so he picks up the script, runs back to Guillermo. At this time, like, he's blowing at it, trying to get it dry. Guillermo picks up the script, smells it, and he's like, "This is the best smelling script ever. You gotta go to." It's like, I know Guillermo must have read that before from all the previous times that he was reaching out to him, and he was just trying to get to know his personality.
And mind you, for people that don't know, gordo means like kind of like chunky. It's an enduring term the Hispanics use for each other. You know, it's not to disrespect his body shape or anything like that, but just paint a picture of, you know, two heavier guys, hot. The other guy's probably sweating. He's probably going through layers of clothing at this point, and it's just a funny experience to know this guy really wanted something like that, and Guillermo del Toro had to play around with him. But of course, he was going to pick up on the movie. The movie's amazing, like I said, you guys. Book of Life. It's an amazing movie to see. I have Kalea here and see if she could get back on this stream. Let's see. See, her audio's coming back. Let's see if she's back on. Kalea!
Yeah, I don't know what my internet connection is really bad.
It's okay. No worries.
Welcome back. Thank you for coming back.
Oh my god, that chew in his face.
Yeah, I gotta turn off the blue so that you can see better. But yeah, the moral of the story for that whole thing that we were talking about is just don't give up. Just, if you believe in something with all your heart, keep doing it. Eventually the right audience is gonna find it. Don't change it for anybody. I mean, if you would have changed it the way Sony wanted it, then we wouldn't have gotten the Book of Life. And if we would have gotten the Book of Life, maybe we wouldn't have even gotten Coco. So
yeah, definitely. I wish somebody could have like one of those like drones or like security cameras to see him running to his car. Because I'm pretty sure he's probably like holding up his pants, running to his car, shifting through stuff. Guillermo's probably in the back of his Terrence laughing.
Think about it this way: when you go to an interview, everybody gets that nervousness, that gut-wrenching feeling, and I mean, you start getting a little bit sweaty because you start getting nervous. So like now, add California heat, running. It's just bad, but it worked out, and I love that movie.
I just love that story though, because like, you know how you said he submitted the script for Book of Life several times. And didn't get any, you know, callbacks from Guillermo, and didn't get any callbacks from Guillermo, and it's just that's persistence, and you know, people need to realize that it's okay to be persistent, not to give up. The one thing that I did like when we went to I think we lost Kalea again. No. The one thing I did like is when we went to the Tim Burton exhibit in LA. There was so you guys didn't know, if there was a Tim Burton exhibit. It never made it over here to the Midwest, which is unfortunate, but it not only was it cool because of course he had things from all his movies: Pee-wee's Big Adventure, Batman Returns, Alice in Wonderland, Nightmare for Christmas, Corpse Bride, and the list goes on and on. But he also had a section where he had all his rejection letters, and the same thing with Guillermo del Toro's exhibit. They both had. There was one thing like it's funny because they both have a tone to their art, to their creativity. But it was nice to see and to read and some of Tim Burton's letters were harsh. And mind you, if you guys don't know, Tim Burton was an animator. He was an artist for Disney. He worked on the Black Cauldron, Fox and the Hound, and things like that. But he just didn't fit in, and it's okay not to fit in, and it's okay to get to where you think you want to be in life, and then realize, you know what, maybe this wasn't the pinnacle of everything. This wasn't where I thought I wanted to be. And he basically worked and made a name for himself, saved up money so that he could produce a small feature film, which was called Vincent. And it was about a little boy that loved Edgar Allan Poe. It was through stop motion animation, and from there he was able to do the movies he wanted to do, and then finally his main project, which was A Nightmare Before Christmas. But man, the studios could be rough. He didn't have any vision. Nobody would want to see that. Who would want to back, you know, a morbid story about Halloween Town? Like, it was it was harsh. And mind you, like, this is a guy that we know for, you know, some of the most amazing movies of the 80s and 90s.
Yeah, that's why it's important for you to believe in your own vision, because and don't just continue to pitch it, but learn from what they're saying. Because even if it's harsh, there could be something that you could pick up from it. Like, okay, well, let me fix this, or let me present this better. You know, because I mean, now Tim Burton could go anywhere and be like, hey, I want to do this film, and they'll be like, okay.
Yeah, and I mean, people like Guillermo del Toro still has issues getting greenlighted by certain, companies and things like that. He's talked about that before, and it's funny because people still come to him to produce movies. Like, what was that one movie? Not Horns, the new one he's doing, Antlers, the movie. And that's based on a folklore too. And it was a guy, he's an actor in another movie. I can't remember his name, but he wanted a producer once again, just like the other guy. He was just like, oh, I want Guillermo del Toro. So it's like, he has money. Unfortunately, he probably can't always produce the movies he wants to produce because he always has such elaborate sets and things like that, like you saw in Hellboy and Hellboy 2.
Yeah.
But
Pacific Rim.
Yeah, Pacific Rim. He makes the sets. That was probably one of the coolest things, museum pieces we've seen. It was Guillermo del Toro's Whole House pieces because they had everything. They had the pan, they had Hellboy's guns, and just a lot of different artifacts. He had wax figures and mannequins of the people from, he had like H.P. Lovecraft, he had Edgar Allan Poe.
Yeah.
He has money.
Yeah.
Latino boy has money.
Life-size Frankenstein.
Yeah, they had Frankenstein. Yeah. Did he have Bela Lugosi? I think he had Bela Lugosi too.
Yeah, I think he did.
The Bela Lugosi as Dracula. So it's funny how every conversation I have in a panel, it always ends up being some sort of form of scary stuff that I like.
Well, I mean, like, we need to stop looking at horror as taboo. I mean, like I said, it's been used so much to teach moral of the stories, and
Yeah.
Sometimes it's fun to have that feeling of like, I gotta get my act straight, or this could be the end of the road.
I mean, we're exposed to those things when we're young, from like Goosebumps to Are You Afraid of the Dark? Campfire stories that kids do when they're in Boy Scouts and things like that. It's just you like to scare and give the element of the mystery and supernatural.
Yeah. All as long as you're able to sleep. If it gets too scary where you're not gonna be able to sleep, don't keep doing that, because you need your sleep. And there's horror for everybody. There's horror for kids too. Like yesterday, you guys talked about Joe Thompson. She has a really cool scary godmother, and it's not scary at all. It's actually a really good book.
That's so cool. I like that.
All right, I got my little guide done here.
You went somewhere. You figured it out.
Yeah. See, sometimes things just work out.
Yeah. So for anybody that doesn't know, he had no idea what he wanted to stream before this. It was like 10 minutes too. And Kalea comes in. I'm so sorry, Kalea, that it's just having technical difficulties. But she had a whole line art done. She was ready to color. She was ready to go. And she's like, "What are you drawing today, Jack?" And he's like, "Nah, I don't know." But sometimes it's good not to know. Just kind of go with it.
Yeah. Just let inspiration come to you.
That looks like the best piece of bread he's eaten for a while.
Oh yeah, brother. I should put some crumbs on his face.
No, he was so proper there for a little bit.
Alright, so I'm gonna start coloring now.
Cool.
How much time do we have left?
You have about. We can end it just a little bit sooner because you're gonna be on the next stream that's gonna be with Brian, so we can go to about maybe 15 more minutes.
Sure. That one starts at 3?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's see how much I could actually get colored.
Sure.
Are there any questions from people or?
No. We have some people watching, but nobody's asking anything yet.
So quickly, if anybody is just watching and wants to do digital art, when you do what I just did with the magic wand, you always want to expand it. Clip Paint Studio has this thing right here, or you could go up to select and expand selected area. And Photoshop does the same thing. Because if you don't do that, then you're gonna have like a white pixelated line in between the outline and the coloring. So, quick tip.
Oh, that's how you get rid of that.
Yeah.
Oh, I see Kalea's back in. Let's see. Poor girl. She's trying, guys. Let's see if she gets in. See if she gets in. Let her in, but I don't see. Hey!
Is she in?
Yeah, I think she is. She's probably like, I hate this. I hate this internet and this computer. I like how you just dropped the color and it was like, boom, drop the color.
I mean, you sometimes have to still go and do something like that, but yeah, this is the fastest way to lay down your flats. So, if you want to be a comic book illustrator and just do colors or just do flats, then this is the easiest way to do it. Probably not the right way to do it, though.
Yeah. Probably not.
But you know what? If it works for you, then it is the right way.
Can you hear me, Kalea?
Yeah, I can hear you, but I don't see myself.
I mean, we see you.
Yeah, I
I
don't know
see
what
you.
it looks like. That's why I'm just like, I don't know how to do that.
It's technology. You know how that goes.
I don't know how to do it on my phone. Oh well.
You can
Really,
always just show us what you're doing.
Like I said, I can't see my screen. I have no idea what it's showing. What my phone's showing.
It's showing you. Like perfectly you. Like you're like perfectly, you can just look up and be like, hey, and you look perfectly fine.
Because all I see is Jack's screen. I'm sorry about that. I'm doing the phone from the rest of this.
That's fine. And then in a little bit, I can stop his sharing, and then I'll put it on. I'll let you see so you can actually show your work on your thing.
Okay. But, yep, today is the day where I have internet problems. Not yesterday, not the day before.
I just think that's just the way life works.
It is. Because I was perfectly fine. I had power and internet all day yesterday, and everything was fine.
Or so you thought.
What I thought. I guess not. I shouldn't have thought that.
No, it was working too good for too long, and it's like, oh wait, we're probably gonna go to sleep tomorrow at 1:30. At 1:30, we're gonna take a nap. So we were just talking about like just different drawing stuff and styles and any inspiration. Is there any Japanese or manga or anime that inspires you and your style?
What got me into drawing was actually Hayao Miyazaki movies, so Studio Ghibli.
Yeah, we just mentioned that. Do you have a top 3 favorite?
House Moving Castle, Princess Mononoke, and Castle in the Sky.
Yay! We all had one that was different.
Yep. Either Castle in the Sky or what's the other one?
Ponyo.
Nope, it's an older one.
Oh, the wind one.
Yes.
The Wind Rises?
No.
No.
Nausicaa and the Valley of the Wind.
Oh, yes, that one.
Yep.
That one was really good too.
Yeah.
That was a very good one. I like that one.
So, don't know what this is going to show, but I'm adding a background.
All right, let me see. Hold, give me 1 second.
Picture. Okay, let me know when you get to me.
All right. I don't know if it'll kick out Jack from doing it. Let me see.
It's okay.
Oops. No, that's not it. Oh, I'll keep on doing things that are stupid. Hold on. All right, go ahead, Kalea.
Oh. So, this is the background. I don't know how clear it's showing up.
It's kind of hard for us to see it. Yeah, it's like a little bit of a glare. Go down, just like tilt it toward down. No, it's still kind of glary. Oh, almost see it. A little bit. Yeah, I see a little bit. There you go.
Right now?
Oh, there you go.
Oh.
Yeah. That's awesome. Is that
Okay.
a bridge?
It's a treehouse.
Oh, it's a tree- okay.
She lives in the treehouse.
Nice. I like that. Is that like a path to the treehouse?
Yes.
Okay, nice.
So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to start adding color to this girl. So, let me know when you transfer back to mine.
Okay. Ooh, I just learned something new on how to like make this bigger for us. That's cool. Look, you learn something all the time as you're doing it.
Yes, you do.
Always learning. Do.
So, have there been any other questions that's been asked?
No, I just was throwing some questions out there. Let me check again. Let's see. No. It's been kind of slow a little bit. It's okay though. We can make good conversation.
Yep. Well, recently I found this new style, the style that you saw. I found a new way to do my line work. So I've been struggling with it for a while, trying to figure out how can I do the nice clean line work so it's not really bold lines showing,
Mm-hmm.
like how I do with my chibis.
Yeah.
Yep, so I finally found a line work style that works best for me.
Is it a brush? Is it a type of, or is it something you use?
It's one of the pencils on Procreate.
Okay. And just let everybody know
So I
that
finally
Kalea
found one that I actually really like.
uses Procreate for everybody that's watching, and Jack uses Clip Paint.
Yeah, Clip Paint Studio.
Yeah, Clip Paint Studio. So
Or Clip Studio Paint.
Clip Studio Paint. So I think there's a free version, at least a trial of Clip Studio Paint. I think it might be a minimal version if that's free, and then Procreate is free to download onto iPad. I'm not sure.
It's $10.
It's $10. Okay, they have a free trial. I know it's a couple of days to kind of play around with it.
Yeah.
Not sure if it's on Android. It should be on Android. I know for sure it's on iOS operating systems like Macs and iPads and such.
Mm-hmm.
But you guys can use GIMP if it's nothing else
Yeah,
is out
I like
there.
Procreate because I can just take my tablet wherever I go. I can also add and make brushes too.
Nice. So, Kalea, are you ever planning on doing another gallery when the world gets a little more normal? Are you ever planning on doing like a comic book or any type of thing like that?
Well, yes, when the world gets back to normal, I do plan on doing galleries.
Mm-hmm.
As for book wise, I have been told that with my art style, I could just do a full-on D&D comic book.
Mm-hmm.
So, haven't tried it, but I might.
You could always do an illustrative novel if you don't feel like doing sequential art. You could always do like the splash pages you do, and then you can also, like, insert them into a story like that. Those are I love books like that. That every few pages there's story, and then you get a beautiful piece of art.
See, my part is the story section. So I have to find a really good editor.
That's all. I think we might have one that works with us. I won't say his name.
I have bad grammar.
It's okay.
Just not so embarrassing,
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Starts with a J.
Say it starts with a J. Last name starts with an F. No, but yeah, we were talking about Eric yesterday. How he said he had problems reading and stuff like that too. So, that's why a lot of times he wouldn't. It's hard for him to get a comic book together and put it together and things like that. It's just fine. It's funny how like a lot of times artists have these different kind of quirks about them. Either they're not good at putting together stories, or they had trouble reading when they were younger. But somehow everybody found art.
Yeah.
Yeah, because art is beyond language.
That was my way to escape the world,
Yeah.
so to speak.
I don't blame you. Art is fun.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yeah. Sometimes we're just a little too hard on ourselves, and we need to learn how to relax. As artists,
Yeah.
we become like our
When
worst
most
critics.
artists were just like, oh, it doesn't look that great. When people are around, it's just like, it's amazing.
Yeah. And it's like, just enjoy what you're doing.
I'm enjoying those crumbs on that guy's face.
I mean, it's hard to eat while you're riding a deer.
But he's doing it. Oh no, you gave him the doughy expression.
Each other friends.
He looks very Steven Universe like.
I've been gravitating towards, I guess, that style, because every so often I keep getting told that.
Yeah, and it's totally not a bad thing, but it's just it's becoming something that you're using more and more.
Yeah. I think for me, it just, I go for the old classic anime, like from the 60s and 70s, and then just bring in, I guess, inspirations from Adventure Time and Steven Universe, I guess.
Yeah.
It just kind of like, it just became that way now.
Kind of looks like the deer from Princess. Is it Princess Mononoke? It has that deer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Except this one looks fabulous. He got his little paw up and everything, or his little leg, or whatever it is. I don't know. He looks like he has high heels.
Yes. Hooves.
Hooves. Hooves. Alright, guys, we got just 10 more minutes.
Oh man, I never get to finish a drawing.
You're almost there. Hustle. Come on, hustle, hustle.
I still gotta do shading and.
No, hustle.
Ah. This is like the tattoo show.
Oh, yeah.
5 minutes remaining.
5
You
minutes
start seeing
remaining.
everybody.
I'm gonna be Dave
Everybody
Navarro
starts
right now.
panicking.
I'd be like,
I
put
just
your
said
stylus down.
Wait, what?
No.
You guys keep me out.
What happened?
Even when I'm on my phone.
How? You're still there? Kalea? Can she hear me or no? I don't know if she can hear me. Kalea! Comcast has to be mean and kick her out. I mean, we see her. I don't think she can hear me though.
Yeah, I still see her in here.
Her audio must not be what's it called? Must not be connecting. Let me send her a text.
I'm not sure what that was.
That was hers. That was her phone. I don't know if you can hear me. Can you hear me? Kalea, no! My face in this stream. I want to show her a little bit of a progress before we leave. Before we leave. Before we leave. Oh, you're hustling now. Okay. I said you're hustling now. Okay.
Well, that's the easy part.
No, 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 no. Almost done, guys. 7 more minutes. Am I stressing you out? His coat and his greenness make him look like a mint chip cookie.
The best kind.
The best kind, like mint ice cream. He looks like he's ready to go on a quest.
Of course, he has to eat.
Yep. I don't see no butter with that bread though.
Well, I mean, butter will melt. He's an adventurer.
I don't care. You just dip it in the butter.
The melted butter.
Hey Carol, we have this comment. Her niece Avery won the second place for the cosplay makeup. She's so happy. We're so happy. Thank you so much, Avery, for entering our contest.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Such great work. I love the prosthetic you put on your face and everything. So I'm really happy you won.
Congrats!
Yay. I'll be reaching out to you soon. The same thing with the other 2 contestants about your prizes. So keep look on your email, probably around maybe Monday or Tuesday. So happy for everybody that took part in the contest. very, very shocked with all the input and everything, that participation. It's been great. Happiness. Just 5 more minutes.
Oh no.
And I gotta download this one so I can put it up for YouTube. So yeah, guys, if you guys are not here on Facebook, or you want to share one of these videos with somebody that's not on Facebook, these will be uploaded onto our YouTube channel. That is the Matson Area Public Library. So you just go to youtube.com and search for that. If you are going to be sticking around, we're going to have Brian K. Morris. Jack's going to be one of the guests too. They're going to talk about creative writing process and how to create and build worlds for your novels and your comics. That'll be up at 3 o'clock. At 5 o'clock, we have Miss Ashley doing her draw along for the Ralphs. So make sure you grab your art supplies and come back here. She's gonna have a really cool tutorial. They're super cool, they're super cute little doggos in her comics. So if you guys are looking forward to that, definitely come back at 5. And at 5:30, we have Monica from Geeks A Go-Go. She'll be doing a cosplay makeup tutorial on how to transform yourself into the Phoenix from Marvel Comics. And last but not least, we will be doing Jackbox Games at 6 o'clock. You can find myself and Alicia. We will be live streaming. You can just basically participate by coming into the Zoom to chat and talk. And you could also view it on Facebook, which all you get to do is either go through on your computer or on your phone to Jackbox Games. We'll have the link for you guys to play the Murder Trivia Party Game 2. Something like that. Long name, but it's actually pretty fun game to play. And yeah, that'll be the end of us closing out the rest of the FanFest. Remember to look on our page for our giveaways and our quizzes. We're going to be raffling a lot of great things off to you guys, from books, comics, posters, toys, and much more. So yeah, coming down to 3 more minutes. I like the little accents you gave him.
Thank you. Yeah, adding shadows and highlights is what really makes a picture really pop.
And Kalea, if you can hear me, if you want to show your iPad really quick before we get off the stream. Let's see if she can hear me. I don't think she can. Let's see, send her a message. That's why we have technology, in case the rest of the technology doesn't work. All right, she thinks she's gonna show it. Let's see. Pin her video. Nice. That is once again Kalea's Dungeons and Dragons character. Very nice. Awesome. All right, Jack. Anything else you want to say before we finish up? You almost done? Almost done?
Yeah, let me just rock this right here. Pretty much let your creativity flow. Don't be so hard on yourself, and you can surprise yourself. Like, I came into this stream without really knowing what I was going to draw, and I ended up coming out with a drawing that I'm kind of really happy about.
Awesome. All right, guys. Thank you too for basically being on the stream and showing your artwork, and yeah, just being here. Thank you guys so much. Stay tuned. We'll be back in about 30 minutes with another panel.
Bye, guys.